All right, so once you have your thesis and your pattern, now it's time to actually start constructing your argument. And that has an additional structure that I want to make sure you're aware of, and that is the claim, evidence, warrant structure for your argument. So what's a claim? A claim are going to be your coordinate points. These are going to be the big pieces that you have in your thesis statement. So if you do problem, solution, refutation, those are going to be your claims. If you're going to do reasons, each one of your reasons is a claim. Basically, the claims are what is necessary to prove your thesis true. So if you say, we have a problem, here's my solution, and here is why that's wrong, or here's why people who disagree with me are maybe not necessarily correct or who are wrong, then I have made 3 claims to support my proposition that this proposal is good and valid and worthy of understanding. So claims are going to be the reason your argument is valid and true. So that's a claim. Most people are pretty okay with that one. Evidence are going to be your proof. These are going to be your support points. These are going to be your subordinate pieces. And these are going to be sources, testimonials, anything that supports your argument. That's your evidence. So a lot of people think evidence and they think citation or source. And it's not always the case, though. Your persuasive speeches are going to have the absolute most when it comes to evidence, but it's also not going to be just sources, right? So like if you say I had this particular experience, that may also be evidence. However, it's what we call anecdotal evidence. And whenever you have anecdotal evidence, like it's just one person, like your Aunt Pat did something, then you have to be careful, because just because something happened to one person that you know doesn't make it true, right? You can say, my Uncle Jim smoked cigarettes his whole life and never got cancer. That doesn't mean that cigarettes don't necessarily, don't contribute to lung cancer, right? But you can say, my Uncle Jim smoked 3 packs a day and never got cancer. And, and he's not alone. More than X% of smokers never have a health problem. Then maybe you could use that as evidence, though I'm not sure what argument you would be supporting, because I don't think anybody thinks smoking is good for you. That's just saying that. That's Auntie Lisa. Don't smoke. All right, so that's your evidence. Then you've got warrant. Warrant is the thing that students forget the most. They almost never do this. And this is actually why people want you to do persuasion, because this warrant is the thinking that ties, follow me here, the evidence to the claim and the claim to the thesis. All right, so the warrant is like the glue that holds your whole argument together. So let's say I'm trying to say that we need to ban single-use plastic bags, because I've seen that in the news recently. And my claim is, let's say I'm doing a problem, I'm going to say that, single-use plastics, cause major harm. Let's say this is one of my subpoints. Cause major harm to the environment because of the materials within them and when they break down, okay? Then in my evidence, I might have, here are all the chemicals in a plastic container. When they break down into microplastics, and those microplastics end up in, a water supply or something like that. The warrant would be, because these items never truly go away, and because they are causing damage to our environment, we need to get rid of these products. Recycling just isn't going to be enough. Okay, so warrant is this logical thing that ties everything together. And most of the time, people put the warrant either as your last subordinate point or in your transition between points, because that helps kind of smooth everything over. Doesn't matter where it goes, but it should definitely be in there somewhere. And so if you look on the next slide after this one, you'll find that there is an example so that you can kind of see this in action. But don't forget, claim, evidence, warrant. Not only do you need it for your persuasive, it's going to be on your test too. So make sure you're comfortable with it. As always, let me know if you have any questions. See you in the next video.